So the eLibrary, I was told by I think the librarians and my friends, because we had always wanted to come and borrow the books, but we didn't know if it was on hold or not. So when we found out the eLibrary could tell you if it was reserved or not and you could reserve it, I immediately went to go find a certain book, and when I put it on hold I went to the library and they're like, here we have it. They had gotten it for me and they reserved it in a little a drawer, so it was like there for me. So I felt like I had already like a personal library that I could instantly borrow something. I didn't have to worry if it was reserved or not. But yeah. So you go on like the eLibrary and this is my account, then you click my account. So when I had clicked on that book, I just clicked reserve, and then when I click on holds, it would pop up the little book. So this was the book that I reserved, Diary of a Tokyo Teen. And then after that, I would click on holds, and then it told me, oh, this is ready for you to pick up. So that's what it would tell me to do.
Over the October holidays, we had the opportunity to turn single sign-on for all our schools. So what is single sign-on? Single sign-on is authentication for students and staff, which means that they can authenticate to the eLibrary portals, their own individual school portals. That then enables them to interact with the library database. So some of the features that's allowed is the ability for students to place holds, the ability for students to renew books themselves rather than coming into the library to renew the books. It's also the ability to curate their own lists, so they can create their own lists and curate them. And for primary schools, the ability to actually have a look at what they have borrowed previously, so they can update their own Premier's Reading Challenge lists when they've actually finished their reading for the end of the year. They then have the ability to go back and actually manage their holds through My Account. So that allows them to manage their own information and their own accounts. So it gives them a sense of ownership of that information.
So with the development of the eLibrary service where students can access their own library account, it's come about at a very timely time for our school because given that we have the HSC exams starting in the library tomorrow, we actually have limited access to the students to the collection apart from being able to visit the library before school. So having eLibrary, having students able to access their own library accounts, so students will be able to place reservations on books. Each morning the library staff action those, they'll pull the books from the shelves if they're available, and then the students will receive an email to their school email account letting them know that the reservation is able to be collected. Students can also monitor their activity directly in their My Account, where a pending hold will actually show that it has become available once we've actually made the book available through returning it through the system. What's really good about this is that students still have access to the collection even though they can't come to the library for the next 3 or 4 week period of the HSC exams. It's also given me an opportunity to highlight to students that as well as the print books that they can reserve, they've also got access to a wide range of electronic resources in the form of databases, our Sora ebooks. I've shown students how to access our books and reading website, which shows them lists of books by genre. We also show students some of the new books that have come into the collection. So whether they're at home or at school, they can browse in eLibrary, they can search for books, they can place reservations, and then come the next day or when they get the notification to collect the resource from the library.